And so, once again, we find ourselves on a gloomy, gray sky appearing, fog outside, Monday morning. But you know what? That's okay. We need to get through stuff that we don't want to get through. And you know what? It's just like what Zazu said in The Lion King. The sooner we get there, the sooner we can leave. But you know what? That aside, actually, you know what? I just quoted Disney. I have every reason to be happy, especially what happened yesterday, and this whole weekend for that matter. Happy Monday, everybody. Yep, it's Monday. Again, it can be a drag. But I'm not letting that bring me down. Partly because yesterday I had so much fun that... Actually, this whole weekend I had so much fun that I don't even know where to begin. I know there are probably some of you guys that are disappointed with the videos that I did yesterday, partly because neither one of them was at Cuckoo Lake. But again, honestly, and even though I said this yesterday, the video of me on day 195, yeah, I try and do my best to pay attention to these videos, ladies and gentlemen. On day 195, which was 2 days ago, which was Saturday. Yes, today is 197, in case any of you guys don't watch YouTube and read the title. Anyway. That video was huge. Like, I was horrified the entire time I was making that video. Let's just say it was a good thing I was wearing my sunglasses. Even though, technically, I probably shouldn't have because it was relatively cloudy. Although it did clear up later in the day. So, that was always nice. And, again, you guys did get a two-parter video yesterday. So, can't complain about that. And hey, yesterday's video... And hey, think of it this way. Saturday's video, day 195 and day 196 are two videos in a row where you see me driving something. Yeah. Again, I said on day 195, I'm legal to drive anything, or most things, that ride on land or sea. So, if anyone wanted a jet ski / wave rider ride up at Cuckoo Lake, I'd be more than happy to oblige. Although it's relatively easy to get your New York State boating license. I did mine in the span of a week. And by a week, I mean it was only like 2-3 hour classes. It was really weird. Like, when I got my boating license, there was a class on Tuesday, and I believe a class on either Thursday or Friday. But what happened was, there were 2-3 hour classes, taking multiple choice tests, and that was all she wrote. But I did learn a lot of neat stuff. And in fact, a lot of the neat stuff I learned, I actually showed you guys in day 195. So, yeah, you got a little bit of education out of the sheer terror that was that video. Again, I mean, really the only thing I was worried about was the fact that if I dropped the phone in the water, then it would have been game over. Because even though I don't want to get my phone wet at all, especially when I'm using it to make a video like I'm doing right now. Yes, every single one of these videos has been off of my phone, ladies and gentlemen, in case anyone hasn't been paying attention. I could drop my phone into the water at, say, at my family's cottage on the east side and grab it relatively quickly, as you saw on day 174. Because the water is shallow enough, obviously, for me to, pick it up and grab it. In that video, when I'm on the jet ski, I am smack dab in the middle of Cuckoo Lake. Almost roughly where it's the deepest. I dropped that phone. I can't swim 170 feet down. Basically, if you lose something in a lake like Cuckoo Lake, it's going to be gone forever. And keep in mind, Cuckoo Lake is actually among the most shallow of all the Finger Lakes. The deepest would be Seneca, actually, which, again, is also a very beautiful area. In fact, if I'm ever up there and I need to make a quick video or something like that, I would totally be into showing you guys. Especially by walking in the Watkins Glen area. Because that harbor is just gorgeous. But I'll make that video when I'm able to. But yeah. Another really good thing that happened this weekend that I did want to talk about yesterday, but, again, family takes priority. But I will talk about, I'll talk about what happened during the baptism / christening now. First of all, everything was a huge hit. I actually made my guacamole for it, which was almost completely and utterly devoured by the father of Thomas and Eli and everybody. Well, everybody else loved it, but the father of Thomas and Hudson. I'm sorry, Eli and Hudson. See, Eli's middle name is Thomas, and Hudson's middle name is William, which is actually my middle name. Yes, my full name is Nicholas William Cutler. You now know my full name. Anyway, so the father of Eli and Hudson, who was the trooper, and also a very responsible and really cool guy, he kept devouring it. Everybody did. My guacamole was a huge hit, and I can take a little pride in that. There was also goulash. My cousin made a goulash. It was very delicious. There was also and the rest of the food we had was catered by Wegmans. There was sliders. There was a pulled pork slider and 2 chicken-related sliders. There was a salad. There was a cake with a berry filling in the middle. And macaroons, which all was very, very good. So, in terms of food, everything was a huge hit. The ceremony for Eli and Hudson went off without a hitch, and they were both very well behaved. See, for those of you who don't know, ladies and gentlemen, when a baptism takes place, usually it's when they're, a baby or an infant or a toddler or whatever. And for the most part, when a baby is baptized, they start crying because they're basically having water poured on them, or their head is slightly dunked in the water, etc. Both Eli and Hudson in particular, were both very well behaved. In fact, Hudson was asleep the entire thing. So, yeah, that was great. I got to stick around for the entire thing. I got to see family I haven't seen forever, which is always super duper awesome. And I did want part 2 of yesterday's video to show everybody off, but again, everybody left just as soon as they came. The party obviously didn't last very long. But hey, I said I'd get you guys a part 2, and I got it for you. You guys were able to see me drive. Even though what I was doing was probably super duper illegal, even though the phone was smack dab in the middle of my steering wheel. Who knows? Anyway, who knows? I might do another video like that sometime. But, again, only time will tell. And now I can talk about the thing that I really looked forward to this past weekend, outside of the baptism and christening that did happen after so long. After forever. I think a year since it came out, I finally saw the movie Marshall. Holy cow, Marshall was awesome. Chadwick Boseman and Josh Gad, Let's get into Josh Gad. We all know him from doing comedy roles and being Olaf from Frozen. But there's 2 things I can always say that are fantastic about Josh Gad is, he can sing, because, he was in the Book of Mormon. But he has range to spare in terms of acting. He really does have acting chops. And I really hope he's in more movies like Marshall, to really give us a broad perspective of what he can do. Because I know he's going to be big. But again, he's kind of got to steer away from roles like The Wedding Ringer and Pixels and stuff like that. And now we get into the main character, played by Marshall, Thurgood Marshall For those of you who don't know, Marshall is the movie about Thurgood Marshall, one of Thurgood Marshall's earliest civil rights cases. See, Thurgood Marshall was a very huge civil rights lawyer. And in fact, he was voted into the Supreme Court justice. And I'd risk saying more, but I haven't quite done all my research on it. Thurgood Marshall was the lawyer who won Brown versus Board of Education, which outlawed segregation in schools. So basically, without Thurgood Marshall, everything would not be equal. So thank you, Thurgood Marshall. But anyway, Chadwick Boseman was awesome in it. You know, between doing Marshall and Get On Up, it is very easy to see why he was able to land the role of King T'Challa for Black Panther. And now because of Marshall, I have not one, but two favorite Chadwick Boseman movie lines. Yes. And they are, in order to get through a bigot's door, you gotta break it down. And I may very well just paraphrase that. But the point is, that was a very powerful quote from the movie. And honestly, it still holds true today, because there's always going to be hatred in the world. And you know what? In order to get through a bigot's door, you do have to bring it down. And I really hope the word bigot is not a curse word. If it is, I'm very sorry. And I've said this many times in my videos before, but my other favorite Chadwick Boseman movie lines, if you saw the movie Black Panther, and if you love the movie Black Panther, like I do, that particular line is Wakanda forever. So, yeah. Black Panther and Marshall, both are Chadwick Boseman movies that you should watch. You should also watch Get On Up, too, which Chadwick Boseman was also in. It's the story of that one music artist who, that song, get up off of that thing. Yeah, you better get up off of that thing, yeah. So, yeah. So, that's 3 Chadwick Boseman movies you guys should watch. On my recommendation. All of them are very good. And with that note, it's pretty safe to say that Chadwick Boseman is the man. Much like other actors like Carl Urban and Chris Pine. But those are videos for another day. And on that note, please like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I could totally use the support on YouTube. I'm humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy today. I'm hopeful we all have a wonderful Monday. Hey, just because it's Monday doesn't mean it can't be good, right? And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear, and I will always have your back. So take care, everybody.